Yo, if you want to buy one of our Dark Side t-shirts, just leave your email in the comments below. Yo, it's Mr. Truth and I'm spitting some truth. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? I'm back with another video. Your 9 to 5 job is a trap that will keep you from thinking creatively. So what do I mean? So you go to your 9 to 5 job, yeah? Monday to Friday, okay? Some of you have to wake up around 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning, okay? I don't know. But when you wake up in the morning, you're on autopilot. You're actually programmed like a robot. Because let me tell you something. Most of you who do a 9 to 5 job don't come home and try to build anything else. Your brain is not on autopilot to do anything else. So you have to force yourself to be disciplined to do that. To work on things outside your 9 to 5 job. But here's the thing with your 9 to 5 job. The way you are on autopilot with your 9 to 5 job, when you just wake up in the morning, you don't think about it, you just wake up and you go in the shower because you know you have to be paid. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid. If you don't go to work, you get disciplined. You know how it is. You have to be there, okay? You're on autopilot when you go to your 9 to 5 job. Hey, and this ain't me like clowning the 9 to 5 job. This is the reality, right? This is the truth, okay? You're on autopilot when you go into your 9 to 5 job, okay? It's the whole getting up in the morning, eating your breakfast, whatever, shower, travel to work. But it needs to be the same when you're working on your side goals, side business, or whatever it is, okay? Your mindset is not programmed that way, but you need to be programmed that way. And that's what you need to do. See, the only way for you to start building things on the side is to be on autopilot. But you have to be disciplined to be on autopilot to do your other stuff on the side. Like even me, I'm doing videos again, right? I record after when I come home from work. So I usually record in a batch. So I try to be on autopilot. I try to have the same mindset and do my side stuff. The same mentality is when I go to work. It's the same thing. You need to have that same mindset. See, with the 9 to 5 job, because you go to work, you're following rules. You're being obedient. So what that does, you kind of forget yourself. And obviously I've been guilty of that myself. Like, yeah, to some degree. I've done side projects on the side before, right? So what I'm saying is that when you go to your 9 to 5 job, you're there to do your task to get paid. It's very hard for you to think creatively regarding your side stuff or goals that you could achieve because you're programmed to go to work, do your job, follow your bosses or follow whoever, right? You're told what to do. So that can sometimes hinder the thought process and your creative process later on in life. If you look at the most successful people, like millionaires, entrepreneurs, some of them did work a 9 to 5 job. You know, some of them did work a job at some point, but they didn't allow it to hinder their creativity. With the 9 to 5 job, it's very easy to get programmed not to think outside of the box for yourself. Okay, you don't want to be in that mindset, but because you spend most of your working hours at work, it's very easy to get trapped into that. But you don't have to be that person. You don't have to be that person that gets trapped into that 9 to 5 where you're not able to think creatively. Now, if you go to a 9 to 5 job, that's fine. But make sure you're able to think outside of the box and think outside creatively which will allow you to build something on the side. Because your mind has to be in that mindset. You have to be focused. You need to be focused to build that. Even with me, yes, my 9 to 5 job can consume me because I work in IT. It can. But I'm not letting it consume me. So when you're building your side team, when you're coming from work, you need to be programmed and disciplined. That's what you need. You have to be disciplined. And if you ain't disciplined, you ain't going to be on autopilot while building your side team. Yeah, you're going to be on autopilot working a 9 to 5 job. So have that same mentality when you have been on autopilot while going to your 9 to 5 job. You need to have that same you need to have that same mindset, autopilot, when it comes to building a thing. So like I said, when you go to work, you wake up in the morning, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., you shower, you get dressed, you leave your house, right? You travel to work. So you're on autopilot, going to work, doing what you're told, boom, boom, boom. You're just naturally going to do that. You have to have that same mindset when building your side team. So when you come home from work, you travel, you finish your 9 to 5 job. Let's say you get home around, I don't know, 6, 7. What then you need to do is be on autopilot to start working on other things. Maybe creating that YouTube video, maybe creating that TikTok video, maybe creating that side hustle, that side business. I don't know. Learning new skills. You need to be on autopilot like that. That's the only way you will succeed creatively. So don't allow the 9 to 5 job to stop you from thinking creatively. Always, when you can, even if you're at work and you're on break, you can use your breaks to think creatively. I'm out.